Alright guys, welcome back to Earl's Fishing Adventures. Now, this is the first legitimate fishing video of the channel. Now I want to quickly get this intro done so I can get the first bait out. Now I've come to a mark called Nethertown. I'll have a little pan round for you. It's a bit windy, so I hope you can hear me well. I've put like a little muffler thing on top of the microphone so then you can't hear all the wind. But yeah, this is the mark here, look. So the car park's just up there, and you've got all these rocks, a big rocky mark straight off the car park, which a lot of people do go to. And as you can maybe see, there's a guy fishing over there. That's Matty. He's brave enough to fish on the rocks. I'm not quite yet because it's been a while since I've been fishing. I've just put the first rig on, which is a pulley dropper. The reason I'm using a pulley dropper is because I've got no up and overs ready on me. Now this was a quick trip, fishing trip, where I just finished cleaning out the shed, and I had to look to see what rigs I had available, and all I had was pulley droppers and pulleys. But they are longer rigs. As you can remember in my last fishing video, I said that I'm changing over to a lot longer rigs, just to see if that gives me more of a chance of actually catching a fish. Now in that last video I did catch some fish, and I believed it was on because it was a longer rig. Now sea conditions I think are absolutely beautiful. Look at that. I think I've got a bit of a drop of water on the lens there. Right, them conditions are absolutely bang on. There's a little bit of west in there, a little bit of westerly wind, so that's coming straight at us. And I've decided to fish on the sand. The reason I'm fishing on the sand is because my back is still not 100% healed yet, and I've got the box with me, and going on the box and all that sort of fishing the tide in. Well, I'm fishing the tide out now at the moment. The tide's not fully out until 1 o'clock, or just after 1. And I'm not sure what time it is right now, but it's not 1. But like I say, yeah, I'm fishing the tide out for like an hour, I think it is. It's around about an hour. So I'm fishing the tide out for an hour and then fishing it in until about 3 o'clock. And then we'll see what happens. Now, there's been a lot of cod caught off here. So I'm crossing my fingers, guys, and I'm hoping we can get a cod today. So the choice of baits. Now, some people might disagree with this. I'm using crab bait at the moment because that's all that's defrosted. And I'm putting crab on beach, on sand. Which a lot of people think it's not a good idea because there's not a lot of crabs moving around on the sand right now, so the fish won't be eating crab. But if there's a hungry fish out there, it's going to eat crab. And I'm going to absolutely coat it in the SONY Seagoo X, because, well, these crabs that I've just got them off Matty because they're defrosted. My bait isn't defrosted yet, but I'm going to put the SONY Seagoo X on it, on the crab anyway, just to get it, that extra bit of flavour out there. Because the tide is pretty dirty, but if there's fish out there feeding, which I honestly think there will be, they're going to pick up anything anyway. So let me put the camera away, get some Seagoo. Actually, tell you what, we'll put some Seagoo on together. How's that? Seagoo, SONY Seagoo. Right. All I'm going to do for now is quickly just douse it like that. That's all I'm going to do for now. The rest of it, I've got a syringe. You know one of the kids' syringes when the kid's sick and you give them Calpol and you get them syringes. Well, I've only got one of them. I haven't got a proper one yet, but apparently there's one. The one is coming. So once that comes, I can start preparing my bait before I actually get here. And I think that's going to be the key from now on. I think getting my bait ready and injected with the goo before I actually get here. Now Matty's using 2 rods. I'm only using 1 rod. I am planning to use 2 rods this year. But unfortunately I haven't got one yet. But I don't want to spoil any surprises yet. But just wait. Right, guys, first bait is out. Right, as you're saying, I'm using the pulley dropper rig. The only reason I'm using the pulley dropper today is, like I said earlier on, I didn't have any up and overs, and I like to use up and overs when I'm on sand, because it acts like a running ledger. Now, the pulley dropper does near enough the same thing. Once the bait hits the water, it unclips everything in it, and the bait hook snood with your bait on goes down by the bottom of the lead, and then it moves away from the lead basically, so your bait is well away from your lead. Now in a tide like this, you don't really need to do much, to be honest, to prepare, because normally if it's a nice tide, nice and calm, nice and smooth, what I normally do is when I cast out, I like to reel in a little bit, just so then the bait's got it's well away from the lead. So that basically when you're pulling the lead and the bait away from the when it lands, you're basically separating them all. But when a tide like this, you really don't need to. You just need to let it hit the water and let the tide do its job. Species of fish I'm hoping to get today is a cod. I would love to get a codling. It's been a while since I've had a codling, and yes, if they're decent size and keepable and edible, well, no, of course edible, but if they're keepable in size, I mean, yeah, I'm going to be taking some home. Cause I need some fish, and my neighbour says she keeps on pestering me, saying, "Where's this codder?" So yeah, let's hope we'll actually try and get a cod for once. So the tide is pretty rough, as you can see. So the rod is bouncing a little bit. It's not terribly bouncing, so it's holding grip. It's holding ground really nicely out there. Now in a tide like this, normally you want to go for a heavier weight. But today, well, normally my normal weight size is 5 ounce. Now in a 5 ounce in this tide, possibly won't work. You want to try and use 6 and above. So this rod can scoop an 8 ounce lead, but that's not including the bait, of course. So I've put a 6 ounce on, and I've put, you know, the bait's maybe 1 ounce. So it's about 7 ounces in total. Train going past. Yeah, so I can feel a couple of little raindrops coming. I can see them on the lens there. So we'll put the camera away and we'll get to fishing and see what happens. Right guys, hope you can hear me, but there's another pre-baited bait. I've got a sand eel and crab wrapped together, and Sole and Seagoo X on it. Now I'm just going to leave that for as long as my bait stays out for, depending on if there's any fish out there or not. So we'll see what happens. Right guys, I made my first boo-boo. I just brought that rig in and it didn't unclip, so my bait was still clipped onto the imp on the rig. So because I've got an impact lead on there, I'm not going to clip it onto the imp, I'm going to clip it onto the bait, onto the impact lead instead. So I've got a fresh bait on there that I've just showed you, that I've just put some Seagoo on. So we'll get this one, we'll move up a little bit, get this one scooped out and see what happens, because that bait that was on there had been pecked at, because there was only a little bit of shell on the crab left. So I could have had a bite, I didn't know. But like you say, we've changed it up a little bit by clipping it up onto the impact lead, and we'll see what happens now. more thing, guys, when you go fishing, don't forget a jacket. Right guys, I've been getting a bite. I hope that lens is clean. Let me see. On the inside of my jumper. There, I hope you can see me now. Right. I've had a couple of nice hits. I'm gonna let them develop a little bit and I'll see what happens. They weren't massive bites, but they were a bite, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, whatever it is, it's still there. They're just little taps at the moment. Yeah, it's still there. I think it's, like I said, because it's a pulley dropper, acting like a running ledger, it's probably picked the bait up and tried to swim away, and then as it's trying to swim away, the lead, because the lead is gripped into the sand, it's basically hooked itself. Yeah, it's still there. We're going to have a look. Yeah, well, come here so you can see me. Yeah, there's a little bit of wind there. Popped off, guys. I lost it. Right, camera's getting wet, so I'm going to put it away. Alright guys, right, bit of an update for you. Now, as you can probably tell, I'm a lot closer to these rocks now, which means it's coming pretty good far. It's been a good few hours. Matty's moved a bit closer to me. He's definitely had a few fish. I've seen him bring in a few fish, and he's already texted me saying that he's had one cod when he was right on the point. And I've seen him bring in one fish while he was here, so he's definitely had at least 2 fish. I've had none, unfortunately. I've lost 2 rigs. Well, I've lost 1 rig, which was the pulley dropper, and I've lost hooks on one of the pulleys. It must have got snagged on one of on the hooks in the rock somewhere out there. And when I pulled it, it snapped the hooks off and it broke me the rest of the rig. So I've just tied on another one single hook on with one small bit of crab on, coated in the Solent Seagull X. And now I'm just going to wait and see what happens. It looks like Matty's moving over now, so he maybe come over here or he maybe pack up. So I'll let you know later on what the crack is. But it looks like he's going to come and set up over here. So I'll see you later on. Oh, I think I saw a bite. Well, you'll find out if there's a fish or not. Alright guys, right. Matty was walking over there because he wanted to pack up and go. So, to be honest with you, I'm going to join him because my hands are freezing and I'm just cold because I didn't bring a jacket. Sorry it wasn't a very good video, to be honest, but I'm going to start uploading even if it was a blank. I'm still going to upload it anyway. So guys, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I've learned a couple of things. That rough tide like this, wind coming straight at you, longer rigs doesn't pan out, to be honest. The shorter rigs, when I changed over to the pulley rigs, they work great, no tangles. So I think if I had started with the pulley rig, I would have had more of a chance. So I'm getting surrounded, guys, so I'm gonna have to go. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Earl's Fishing Adventures.